Hello, we're here on the HMS Mersey with Lieutenant Commander Sheikh to talk about the recent events between the British Armed Forces and Brazil. What happened between British forces and Brazilian forces during the joint operation?
Well, the British Armed Forces actually had two joint operations with the Brazilian Armed Forces. And the first one consisted of a naval exercise between our navies, and that went down perfectly fine, although we suffered some lag. The next day, they had an operation with the Royal Marines, and it was on their own jungle map. However, there were several complications as it took around 30 minutes or more for it to start off. And according to numerous accounts, the Brazilians abused their use of armored vehicles to overpower the Marines, who were already outnumbered. But both sides recounted that the operation went well, and nobody made any complaints in any lines of communication between Royal Marines or Brazilian forces.
Why did Brazil react the way they did internationally?
Well, from what I've seen and what we've all seen in those videos that Brazil has released, is that after the operation, there were some Marines who went, by themselves and decided to harass the Brazilians in their own discord, and some were offensive, of course, racially, and that is not anything that the British Armed Forces condones in any sort of fashion at all. So. However, the weird thing is that Brazil never made any complaints directly to the United Kingdom until they released that international statement. So it's very confusing as to what happened.
Yeah, okay. The way some of the Marines acted was incorrect, especially regarding racial harassment. Were they punished?
Yes, of course. Actually, immediately after the Royal Navy and the Royal Marines were informed of the Marines' action, the Service Prosecuting Authority and the Special Investigation Branch was contacted, and we worked alongside them with the legislation at hand to punish the Marines involved accordingly. As we do respect Discord TOS, and we would not condone any sort of server raid or any racial type of harassment at all.
Okay, final question. Should there be an apology to Brazil?
No. And I say that because Brazil did not act like grown-ups in the sense that they should have spoken with the appropriate authority in either Marines or Navy in relation to the Marines' conduct in their discord after the joint operation. Instead, they went about and whined to the United Nations about an international feed when they could have just resolved it in a simple message in the numerous chats that we've had together. And they had made no complaints, and they even said that, the operation went along nicely. So no, there shouldn't be an apology. After all, even some of the Brazilian forces were using racial slurs against the Royal Marines as well. Using even words that we wouldn't none of the Marines even use, such as the N-word, against us. So yeah, don't think we can have that really, and apologize for it as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Lieutenant Commander Sheikh. This is Cal Cryer, Forces News, HMS Mersey.